In part 1, we laid the groundwork, civilizations rising with the fire of innovation, belief, and intellect. But what happens when these flames burn too bright or too fast? In this part, we move from growth to peak and ask deeper questions. Can power protect a civilization from collapse? Or does it sometimes guarantee it? 6. Ancient Rome, the empire that became a warning. When people think of power, glory, and empire, ancient Rome often stands as the ultimate symbol. From a small settlement to the heart of an empire that stretched across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East, Rome was unmatched. Their roads connected continents. Their military conquered empires. Their laws influenced modern governments. But underneath all this brilliance was a slow-burning fire, corruption, inequality, overstretch, and unrest. Rome gave the world senates, aqueducts, and philosophy, but also gave us the idea that no empire, no matter how mighty, is too big to fall. Why did it collapse? Historians argue. Internal decay, external pressure from Germanic tribes, plagues, loss of civic spirit. But there's a deeper philosophical question here. Can any society truly manage long-term power without losing its soul? Rome didn't fall in a single night. It faded. One decision, one generation, one silent failure at a time. 7. The Maya civilization, knowledge without rescue. Next, we cross oceans to the Maya civilization, an incredibly advanced culture in Mesoamerica that flourished in astronomy, architecture, and mathematics long before European contact. The Maya built grand cities like Tikal and Chichen Itza, developed a complex calendar system, and had their own hieroglyphic writing. Their understanding of celestial movements rivaled, and sometimes surpassed, that of other great civilizations. But just like others before them, the Maya cities were abandoned. Jungle took back what once was thriving. Why? Again, theories vary. Droughts, warfare, social upheaval. But what strikes deeply is this. They knew so much, but they couldn't save themselves. A civilization can decode the stars, yet fail to hold its own society together. Here, we ask, is knowledge enough? Or does wisdom lie in knowing how to use it when the ground beneath you starts to shift? 8. The Aztecs, power built on fear. The Aztec Empire rose centuries after the Maya, in the valley where modern Mexico City now stands. Their capital, Tenochtitlan, was a marvel, built on a lake, with floating gardens and monumental temples. They were fierce warriors, brilliant engineers, and skilled politicians. But their society was also built on intense ritual violence, human sacrifice, militarism, and the use of fear as a unifying force. When the Spanish arrived in the 16th century, the Aztecs were not only overwhelmed by disease and steel, they were already stretched, strained, and feared by their neighbors, who eventually sided with the invaders. Power without unity, ritual without balance. The Aztecs remind us that fear can build an empire, but it cannot sustain it. 9. The Inca Empire, lost on a mountain ridge. High in the Andes Mountains, the Inca Empire thrived. With no written language, no wheels, and no money, they still built a vast and organized society with roads, taxes, agriculture, and administration. They used a system of knotted strings, quipu, to store data. Their structures, like Machu Picchu, were carved into mountaintops with architectural precision that still puzzles engineers today. Yet, despite their ingenuity, the Incas were fragile in the face of sudden change. When the Spanish arrived, civil war had already fractured the empire. Disease, unfamiliar warfare, and betrayal did the rest. What the Inca teach us is that a society can function in ways unfamiliar to the rest of the world, yet still fall for the same reasons: division, disruption, and the illusion of invincibility. 10. The Kingdom of Aksum, Africa's forgotten powerhouse. Now we move to Africa, a continent often left out of mainstream ancient narratives, yet home to thriving, powerful kingdoms. Among them was Aksum, located in present-day Ethiopia. Aksum was a trading empire. It minted coins, built monumental stelae, and was one of the first civilizations to adopt Christianity as a state religion. It connected trade routes from Africa to Arabia, India, and even Rome. But climate shifts, loss of trade control, and internal strife weakened it. Eventually, it faded from view, eclipsed by time and historical neglect. Aksum asks us, if a civilization falls, but no one remembers it, did it ever truly live in the global consciousness? This is where we begin to sense the eerie side of history. That civilizations don't just die, they disappear. Into memory, into myth, sometimes into silence. 11. Civilizations and the limits of control. Let's pause and ask something deeper. Is the fall of civilizations inevitable? All these empires, Roman roads, Maya stars, Incan heights, Egyptian eternity, shared brilliance. But all fell. Despite different locations, beliefs, and systems, their stories echo a similar truth. Power fades, memory erodes, and control is always an illusion. We often believe that technology, culture, and structure can save us. But civilizations are not only built with bricks and laws. They're built with spirit, unity, and purpose. When those disappear, the stones don't hold. Back in Index Pointing Right, in the final part, we'll dive even deeper. We'll explore modern parallels. Could our world be facing the same slow decline? Or are we repeating forgotten lessons from the ancients? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let us know which of these lost worlds struck you the most.